I remember a time before the Cascade dried up. Here in Vertistello, the four nations of plant and bug people flourished and thrived. But the great waterfall that fed the land slowed to a trickle, revealing a vast salt sea and unknown islands. The only guide were the words of the 13 dried carvings. The water will slow to fall, but the tides are turning. Find the infinite lake to replenish the world and discover the salmon who will grant you a wish of whatever you desire. This marks the beginning of the tide, as many green folk hauled onto ships to find the infinite lake and maybe riches, adventure, excitement, and purpose along the way. And what exactly is a salmon? Is that a berry? That was 50 years ago, and the tide rushes forward ever still. There are many stories caught on the wind between sails, but why don't we hear just one? Of a butterfly gunman with clipped wings, a ripened and explosive piece of produce, and a witch made out of tea. This is Join the Party Campaign 3, The Rising Tide.
I'll sing you a song that all green folk know.
Until the water falls home.
That only began 50 years ago.
Until the water falls home.
We seek the deep lake and a wish-granting salmon.
Until the water falls home.
So hoist up the sails and load up the cannons.
Until the water falls home.
A rush on the tide, sail through the Cascade, an adventure ships, a ceaseless parade. I dream of roots buried in the deep alone, but we can't well sleep till the water falls home.
Last time on Join the Party.
The crew follows the path of destruction that Kidd Cervantes has wrought on their way to the underwater prison. Along the way, they scoop some amber goop and run into the Diamond Knot's key retrieval team, all while being chased by Lucky Edie. The crew gets stuck at a pirate traffic stop where the Sharp Carrot comes aboard and searches for their key. In a dramatic and risky move, Cammy modifies Lucky Edie's memory, making her think they were lying about having keys in the first place, and Umbi gives her some poison disguised as a healing gift. I'm sure that'll go well later. Now, Umbi, Troy, and Cammy are floating in the bay of the Compost facility, figuring out what to do next. Just like some kids jumping in the pool, we gotta submerge. Let's get the party started.
Good evening, workers at the Diamond Knot Compost facility. Here are today's late lunch. Here are today's late night snack menu. 1. PB&J sandwiches. 2. Make your own s'mores. 3. S'mores, but they're fascist. If someone forgot their sweatshirt in the large ammunition facility, please pick that up when you're ready. Also, those people going into the underwater prison, make sure to clean your boots before you walk in. Thank you, and have a compostable day.
If you're driving the Fiat scooter, you left your lights on.
License plate YAR. R. Skrr. HP. 1-4. Your lights are on outside.
You are close enough to the Compost facility, KOMPOS facility, that you can hear the announcements over the PA system, and it has to be loud enough to reach both the small town that has their lights on, glowing in a way that a town on the water can only do, as the light reflects off of the water lapping up against the shore. And, of course, the opening to this mountain, which you can only assume is leading to the underwater prison that Kidd Cervantes has been theoretically leading you to this entire time.
So there's like a cute little town next to the facility that is not like within the facility structure.
No. You can see that there's a lot of ship movement between this small town and this mountain. And of course, you can see that all of them are flying the Diamond Knot flag, whether they are privateers, government, employees, etc. There's a lot of movement happening between. Again, there's a giant and there's this large dock that leads into this opening of the mountain. There are these watchtowers with lights kind of moving in all directions, tracking the ships that are going back and forth, and even more security and a blockade like you had previously dealt with your traffic stop. There's a lot of fortifications around this dock leading into this large hole into the mountain.
Eric said large hole.
Nice.
Good point.
Got him,
Point.
got him.
Nice.
Thanks for mentioning.
Is anyone else concerned that Eric also said presumably leading us to?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's on me. There's a battle. I was being too ambiguous like DMs are, but I think that's unfair. You see that there's a battleship that has like has thorns shot into it that said Kidd Cervantes was here doing his stuff.
Trey goes, think we're on the right path, guys.
Good point, Troy. Good point. I see it.
Thanks.
You wrote another book! Good job!
I can steer and look.
Whoa!
Important for pirates.
That is impressive because
That
not a
is.
lot of people are good at multitasking.
Every time I steer the boat and I try to change the radio, like the 8-track, I just crash.
Yeah. It's bad. It's hard.
Yeah,
That's why we stopped letting you do that, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's why we knocked you down to a 4-track.
Was that Harold or Syl or Havana?
One
or
of
who was
them.
that?
It was Harry. It was Harold.
Harold, shut up!
You can tell it's Harold because I'm being a bitch. All right, so yeah, you are on the outskirts of this area right now. You're still far away enough that no one's seen you, but if you got much closer, you might be within danger distance of these watchtower lights. This is you looking out at the entire landscape here.
Can I like roll insight or something to kind of get the vibe of what this town is? Like, is this like a place where like trade could occur where like, you know, theoretically, if we weren't pirates, we could get like a rest there or like go to a tavern or something like that?
I'll just tell you, you could if you wanted to. It would be dangerous to do so. You're not sure if this town was a town before or was made up as a town to feed the hole in the mountain and the Diamond Knot Fort facility that's currently made around there. So you could if you wanted to. It certainly would be dangerous, though.
Eric, can I send Bartlett out to do an Assassin's Creed style overlook from above?
Sure.
And I would love to like put out a piece of parchment or something and just sort of like look through his eyes and scratch down roughly what I can see. Just sort of get like a really, really rough blueprint so we know where things are. I'm not going to obviously, it's like, you know, satellite images where like, they're like, this is what it looked like before. This is what it looked like after. And you're like, this looks exactly the same.
No, I like this. This is like one of those party games where you trace something on someone's back and then they need to write it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, that doesn't look like a monkey at all.
I'd also love to specifically look out for any trace of Kidd Cervantes if I can.
Sure, that's fine.
Can we attach a little note to Bartlett's legs so that if he finds Kidd Cervantes, he can like, you know, like a carrier pigeon, leave a little message? That's so cute.
Sure, what does it say?
Brandon, I'll let you do it because it's your familiar.
Well, I would be worried that if he somehow got captured, then they would know that someone was here. They had a note, you know?
That's okay.
I think we could just be like, hey, let's meet up.
Yeah. We made it to make good on our promise. Find us. You know what we look like. Love you.
Can I pitch just the words, you up?
Yeah.
What's wrong, Julia?
I think we might need a little more detail. And also, I love Amanda's idea that we always finish our letters with love you.
All right, sorry. Let me pitch this. You up? Love you.
That's great. I love it. And I think it'll just, Brandon, if you could make sure Umbi is just like a little bruised, then it'll get a whiff of green pep, and then
Yeah, of course. So rub it on his bruises. Yeah.
yeah.
Kid's also seen Bartlett before, so Kid knows what Bartlett looks like.
Now I'm imagining there's a pirate named Mystery with a big hat out there teaching guys how to pick up ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, why would you invite this into our fictional universe?
He's a pineapple with a big hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Tough.
There should definitely be a pirate named Mystery. That would be great.
Mr. E.
Mr. E.
As long as we can kill him the first episode we see him.
Sure. Yeah, sure. You can, because this is a JRPG, the PS2 graphics kick in, and you there's a low poly Umbi tossing Bartlett into the air.
The camera angle changes?
It's just like a really big camera angle swirls around Bartlett, and the music changes. Now it's like MIDI sitar that's playing. It's Bartlett's flying around the chunkiest polygons of the light from these watchtowers. It just looks like a triangle.
Incredible.
It's with 50% opacity. It's a white triangle with 50% opacity.
I love it.
Makes sense.
Now, did you mean to make a sitar pun with sitar? Because it's pretty good.
It's a seed. It's a seed tar.
Oh, a seed even better than a sitar.
There you go. Brandon hit square. Brandon hit square. Square. Brandon went to the bathroom and got a snack and didn't realize it was a quick time.
I do that all the time.
Uh-oh.
Hit square. Yeah, make a perception check.
As Bartlett?
Well, I guess it's you. I don't fucking know.
It's your eyes.
It's your pets. Tell me what to do. I don't know. I don't know how
Okay.
this works.
I mean, if it's mine, I have a little bit more, so I'll do +4.
Yeah, if it's through your eyes, do yours.
Well, it doesn't matter either way, Eric, because I did roll a natural 20,
Wow.
which I've heard is very good, and I would love you just to draw me some blueprints real fast, Eric.
Brandon is really I think coming into his own with his dice now. They're telling a story, and I think we should all listen to it.
They're telling the story of statistical analysis.
No, I don't think so, actually. You've rolled more nat 20s in the past 4 episodes
Real.
than in 3 campaigns.
They're also telling you the story of confirmation bias.
Incredible.
Yeah, and I like that story.
It's my favorite bias, I do have to say.
There's also another pirate named Confirmation Bias who is a slug.
And he's from Open Fields.
And he's
yeah.
from Open Fields. Yeah, Confirmation Bias does sound like a religious icon
Yes.
from
Oh,
the
yeah.
12th century.
I love that.
Yeah. He was friends with Martin Luther. So, okay, I'll tell you some stuff, and you can ask me some questions, too. So, yeah, let's address the thing that Julia asked in the first place. This is definitely a company town, right? This was made by the Diamond Knot relatively recently. I think that you can also see, and this is related to the fact as Bartlett is flying around and you're executing the secret code that lets Bartlett turn into like a pterodactyl, I guess.
Sure. With sunglasses.
Yeah, up, down, square, X, triangle, swirl, XXY. There's a Y button on this PS2 controller. It's crazy. Yeah, a lot of this stuff has been made relatively recently. Everything seems new. New houses, new watchtowers. Even the gate and the hole itself in the mountain seems relatively new. This was a new project that the Diamond Knot put into place sometime, let's say, during the rising tide, the pirate times. Other thing that you notice, you don't see Kidd Cervantes' ship anywhere. Only ships that you see are flying the Diamond Knot flag. As I said, either they are government entities that have been conscripted to work for the Diamond Knot, so they're like, I don't know, agents of the Crags or Open Fields or whatever, or etc. Mm-hmm. Or they're pirates who've been hired on, which we've already talked about. But you do see that away from everything, as Bartlett is kind of doing a big loop around and coming around, this is just like a big mountain kind of on this larger island. But, if you go around the mountain a little bit, there is a smaller cove with some wrecked ships kind of pulled up on it. It leads into a little cave. It is far enough away that it is not being touched by the light of the watchtowers and of this whole dock. Do they know it's there or not? I don't know. If I was with a natural 20, I'll tell you, if I worked there, I'd probably know it was there. But they don't really seem, from what you can see, they don't really seem concerned about it. And the only ships that are pulled up here are straight up shipwrecks.
Well, our ship already kind of looks like a shipwreck, so
Love it.
that's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
So, some of these ships are, and I'll say, some of these ships are flying different, various pirate flags.
Interesting.
Do I see any dangers in that area, or is it more like ships that have already wrecked just sort of tend to collect there?
The latter. There is
Okay,
no dangers. It is quiet over there. There's nothing going on.
Okay.
Seems promising.
Cool.
Umbi points and says, "Ahoy, hoy! That means there's something over there that we should go look
Oh,
at."
thank you. Yeah, no, I can do that. Troy's gonna take a nice wide path around
Casually, yeah.
the back of the cove. For the second time in 2 episodes, I'll use my mariner feet and safely land in the cove.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. Seems like no one else has. It is like you are pulling up in a parking space, just surrounded by shipwrecks.
Perfect parallel ship park.
Perfect parallel ship park.
No, glide in quiet, lights on low. This is our stealth mode.
Yeah.
And I think when we actually drop anchor, maybe we can send. What do you guys think? Maybe we'll like call out a little like cuckoo. How can we alert Kidd to our presence without saying it?
I think we should just walk in, start going into the cave, and
Sure.
hopefully we'll run into him.
Yeah, and if we run into anyone, like, we could just be like, oh, we thought this was a different cave.
Yeah, we'll just be We'll just be prospectors. You
Yeah.
know?
We're doing a survey.
Good.
We're doing a census. How many households are in this cave? Sure.
And what is your combined income? Household income?
How much gold? How many doubloons do you have in here? It's for taxes, so it's really important you tell us how many people
true.
you have.
We already know how many you have and how much you owe us, but we want you to tell us.
Yeah,
so it's
we
fine.
won't say.
Yeah.
And you to
Yeah.
guess the number, and if you guess wrong, haha.
You owe us extra money.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yaha.
All right, yeah, y'all pull up. You can hop out. Who do you want to go with? Just you three? You want to bring anyone with you?
I mean, we should bring Havana.
Let's take Havana.
Yeah, well,
At least get some potions from him beforehand, but yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's ask him. So as we pull up, we'll get everybody up on deck, and Troy's gonna look over at Havana and be like, "Hey, you hear about this like Compost mountain prison situation when you were in your travels?"
At medical school.
When you were in your travels on your mattress in the open sea.
gonna mention the obvious trauma.
Oops.
It's. I'm used to people casually bringing up my trauma, and I'm strong enough about it now.
Oh, Cammy too. You guys have that in common.
We do.
Yeah.
That's why we're friends.
That's why we're best friends.
Nah, Jinx. We're best friends.
Cute.
I love it.
No, Troy, I respectfully no, I did not hear about the secret underwater prison run by the cabal of all of the world's governments together when I was in medical school. No, it didn't come up.
That's not like at orientation or anything.
No, I
like
must have
that?
missed it. I think maybe I was like making friends, or I went to the wrong social. I missed it.
Making friends? Really?
I was trying. This is Umbi's being intentionally rude now.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize.
He's going
You're right.
out of his way to create tension between us because I said I was friends with Cammy. I think that's what's happening.
No.
I'm friends with everyone here. Just as a reminder, you're all my best friends.
And I'm your captain. Yes. So I wonder, Havana, do you want to come with us to explore the small dank cave, or do you want to like have some solo time?
It's up to you. I'll come with you if you want.
The SDC, if you will.
Yeah.
yeah.
Harold, Sill, are you cool keeping an eye out?
Always.
Cute.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you. Love you. I love how we're all friends. And Syl says, and no one questioned where I came from.
No, you came from a weird bottle. We
like
know.
you
It's
always
been a
been here.
It's been a bunch of episodes, and no one's looked into it, and I like that. That's nice.
I mean, do you want us to? Or are you like questioning where you came from? Like, do you want some?
No, I'm fine with it. I was
Okay, cool.
I'm fine. I think it's nice that I was automatically accepted.
yeah.
It was
yeah.
good.
It's the
Well-
pirate life, baby.
I'll leave Bartlett here in the parrot's nest.
Oh.
And if you see anything suspicious, just go ahead and give Harold and Syl the alert noise that y'all three practiced, which is
It's the sound of a smoke alarm that doesn't have its battery.
great.
So intermittently it goes.
God, I wish.
Except it's because it's a little parrot.
The only way to make that worse, Julia.
Yeah. Like, he can't really count, so it's an unpredictable rhythm.
It happens. Yes, it happens in any time frame from 90 to 300 seconds.
Honestly, that makes it better. If
It
were
does?
random.
Oh, I hate that.
Yes, it does. Because the regularness you anticipate and your
Yeah.
body knows, oh, it's been 58 seconds. Oh, God.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Hey, folks, text us at 330-000-1.
To vote for Ruben
No,
Stutters.
let me finish the joke. 1, if you think that regular smoke alarm chirps are worse. Or 2, if random smoke alarm chirps are worse. Or 3, for Ruben Stutter. Yeah, Havana will come with you. No problem.
Excellent.
Cool.
Havana, look at me. Look at me. This is going to be a serious exploration into a serious place. Are you prepared with all of your potions?
Umbi, your breath is so hot against my skin.
Look at me, Havana.
Yes, and Havana gives each of you a potion. Did I say how many hit points goes into these?
No.
No.
I think it was 100.
Yeah, 100
Yeah.
hit points per sip,
It raised
right?
our maximum. Raised our maximum. I can't lie to you when you look at me. Ah!
Havana gives each of you a potion, real good, like looking ass potion, long neck, long round bottom of a bottle with weird red liquid inside, but it does have a prescription on the side of it, and it's each of you has your own names, and he says you don't share medicine. Everyone knows you shouldn't share medicine
Why?
Right.
because it's calculated for you, Troy.
Really?
Yeah,
Like for me, Troy?
for Troy. Yeah, that's why this one says Troy on it.
That's just my name. I love that.
And each of these potions will heal you for 15 hit points.
Ooh,
Remember,
I need to
with
roll for
potions,
it. I love
you
it.
can drink it as an action, but if you're passed out, you can't drink it.
But we all know where we hold ours on our body because of Troy.
Yes.
And we can feed each other's potions.
Correct.
Yes. So after putting
Got
the puppy to bed, Troy passes out the potion bottle holsters that he has crocheted for each of us.
Cool.
And it's like that, like a scene in any action movie where like they put the weapons into their
Shrug
holsters.
'em
and
on.
it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Shunk, 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 shunk.
And it's really cool, Eric.
Yeah.
I think
really
it's cool.
cool.
I think it's really cool.
It's really cool.
I mean, Umbi's literally putting bombs on his body on like a bandolier. So yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
He puts so many on that he falls over.
I can just picture Umbi accidentally throwing the bottle instead of one of the bombs and be like, no, 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 no.
He tries to drink a bomb.
Nope. Uh-oh.
You throw it at a dragon, it gets 15 hit points back. Hell yeah. All right, we're moving out. So yeah, y'all can hop out of the Sea Whip. Again, it is like so. I mean, Julie and Amanda certainly, because Brandon. Trigger warning: I am going to talk about a beach. I'm so sorry. Sorry, only rich people know about.
Okay.
Only rich people go to beaches.
Yeah, only rich people don't know about beaches. You know, when you go on a beach that's deserted, it almost feels extra deserted because the tide is lapping in. You know, the shore. It's like you just hear the rhythmic sounds of like the tide washing in and washing out.
It's the sounds of runaway capitalism.
not even close. Yeah, you know, you hear the wood of the wrecked ships creak in the wind. Maybe some flotsam floats by you. A piece of wood falls off of the wreck and plops into the water and leads out into the tide. But yeah, there's nothing out here other than you guys as you head towards the cave on the side of this weird offshore mountain.
Can Troy roll a survival check
Ooh.
to see where I would hide if I was looking to hide somewhere that isn't the cave?
Oh,
Yeah, dude,
I like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
To help with that.
Oh, I don't need it.
Okay.
Thank you, Julia, because I got a 16 plus 4 for a dirty 20.
Nice.
Sure.
Where would I hide if I was trying to hide?
Where would you hide if you were trying to hide?
Where would one hide?
Where would one hide?
Where
Where would
might
one hide?
one hide?
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Nowhere. There's nothing here. There's no bluffs. There's no, like, craggy outcroppings. There's not a tree that you could scramble up to the top and look down on and camouflage yourself as a coconut. And then maybe they wouldn't see you because it's so dark. So, like, no one can recognize when a person, if you stay perfectly still, they might think you're a coconut in a palm tree. There's nowhere to hide. This is cleared out. And the only thing is the cave. Inside of the cave, you don't hear anything either. Yeah, the air is still. There's no shuffling. There's no moving. There's no like dripping of water. There's nothing going on around here. You can see, I'll tell you that, I mean, there are tracks leading to the cave. So there have been movement on this beach that has not been, like, wiped away by the wind. So it might have happened relatively recently, but that is the only signs of life that you have seen.
Cool. Well, Troy just rolled a pretty good survival check. Can we get an indication of whether or not these tracks are leading in and out of the cave or just into the cave?
No.
No?
No.
Well, I'm convinced. Let's go in.
Yeah, I can go in.
Umbi's gonna look back at his colleagues and do the like eyes forward and like
Split the pie. Like.
Cammy's just walking into the cave. Cammy's like, it's just a cave. We live in a cave. Like, let's
as
just
Umbi's
go.
doing that, Cammy just walks by him.
Yeah, and Troy pulls his dagger out and is just kind of flipping it in his hand as they walk.
Cool. All right. So, you're walking in the cave.
Walking in the
Havana coming up behind you. It is dark in there. Whatever light reflecting off of the sea from the little town and the spotlights on the watchtowers are just fading farther and farther away from you.
Now, Eric, ignore the fact that we have electricity. Do you think that we are carrying little jars with bioluminescent creature, like, runoff as our lanterns?
You can if you want to.
Ooh.
I
That'd be
would.
cool. That'd be very cool.
I would.
I mean, I'd also love to use the cantrip produce flames because I have mechanics for that.
You can do that
great.
too. You can produce some
Yeah,
flame
both.
Cool.
Hey, lots of light.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that we're protective of open fire around Umbi.
That's a good
Because he's
point.
so dry, he might explode any day now.
And Nani for that matter. Though I would think it would be funny if you put Nani like on a stick and then Nani was like on fire as a torch. But she's fine because she's magical. It's magic fire, not real fire.
What if Nani on stick and then Nani have 8 sticks that are on fire?
Oh, very cute.
What is this, an NBA halftime show? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And Havana is walking up behind you. I would love, as you're sneaking through, I would want you all to make dexterity checks to see how it goes walking through this dark cave.
21.
9.
19 total. Now, who's the fucking bad roller, Julia?
It's pretty good.
You rolled an 8 while Eric was away.
Shut up.
It's true.
That's funny. What order are y'all walking in?
Cammy's first.
Cammy's first.
Then Umbi, then Havana, then Troy.
I was actually going to say I would like to put Umbi at the back and have Havana in front of me just so I can have the back,
Sure.
just in case.
All right, so Cammy, Troy, Havana, Umbi.
Cool.
Because as we have established, Troy can shoot over Cammy's head because Cammy is very small
That's right.
and Troy is very tall.
Okay. That makes sense because Cammy, with you rolling over 9, you trip over something that springs under your foot.
Ow!
Give me a dexterity saving throw really quickly.
Has a 3.
That's a 3.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Mm.
Can Troy leap forward to help?
No, but it's nice that you said that.
Yeah.
It's very nice that you say that.
Does Cammy fall on her butt?
Does Cammy trip on a bunch of like bearings and then fall down some stairs and die?
Well,
Does she trip over a big pile of umber that they can then take back to the boat with us?
Heavy considered.
Did I say umber? Amber?
Yeah, you did.
I like it though.
all right, here's what happens, folks.
Mhm.
Cammy, you step on something that springs under your feet, making you lose your balance a little bit. Troy and Umbi and Havana, here it goes, boing, skink, of something locking into place. Troy, you're behind Cammy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Troy, but you poke into something sharp. These, whatever Cammy stepped on, kind of bounced up like traffic spikes,
Mhm.
like a line of traffic spikes have popped up, and now this sharp thing glinting in the light of your bioluminescent lantern is like coming up like a 1.5 feet over you. So now you have to step over it. So it's impeding your progress as this thing has jumped up in front of you.
Yeah, like a knee-high hurdle.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. And Cammy, you lose your footing as you're, unfortunately with your 3, you start to stumble backwards because as you are regaining your footing, the cave is starting to slope downwards. And it is starting to slope downwards very, very fast. And you step on another one and you hear a sporing as another spike trap sets up and you are stumbling backwards. Cammy, what do you do?
Hello. It's Amanda, and welcome to the midroll. Isn't this episode awesome? It's really good. Welcome to our newest patrons, Julia, Jonathan B, Kelly, and Bianca Deuce. We so appreciate that you have made room in your budget each month to support this independent actual play podcast. We could not make it without your support on Patreon and without you sharing the show. Now is a great time to text your friends and say, dude, this plant and bug folk pirate campaign is going off. And it's a great time for you to get involved, and send them the link to jointhepartypod.com/start. We're also getting into summer camp time. All kinds of people are going to work at summer camps, going off to summer camps. And it's a wonderful time to try the campaign. That's season 3 in your podcast apps, powered, of course, by Monster of the Week. And it's a nice kind of short series where you can have people catch up on the campaign and then jump into campaign 3 with you. That's all at jointhepartypod.com/start. And thank you again to all of our patrons supporting us at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. This week at Multitude, we are midway through Mushroom Month over on Spirits. And speaking of another past campaign, if you loved Campaign 2 and the Lake Town City sort of motif of mushrooms and mushroom weirdness happening in that campaign, you're going to love the episodes we've been putting out over there, all about the mythology and folklore, and in this case, science of mushrooms and fungi. It's super fun. It is one of Julia's current special interests, and I love learning about the things that she's interested in, and also all of the mythology and horror and wonder that comes with mushrooms. So go on over, and whether you start with the current mushroom episodes or any of the almost 400 episodes that we've released on Spirits over the last 8 years, you should go ahead and check it out now. spiritspodcast.com, or search Spirits in your podcast app. We are sponsored this week by Green Chef, a meal box company that make easy and delicious menu recipes like fresh seasonal salads and grain bowls. It's a wonderful time of year to get into produce. I know I have been getting my lettuce at the farmer's market every Saturday for the last month. It's delicious. And if, like me, you are trying to look for new recipes and you want to try new stuff, but you're also like, oh, I don't know, this recipe has an ingredient I don't love. What am I going to do? Green Chef is a really good choice for you because they have over 80 weekly menu and market options to satisfy every taste bud. So if you're following a particular style of eating, like plant-based meals, calorie-smart meals, keto, gluten-free, Mediterranean diet, whatever you are looking for, Green Chef has options for you, including farm-fresh ingredients that rotate with the seasons. They're also the first CCOF certified organic meal kit company, and they feature organic fruits and vegetables, organic cage-free eggs, sustainably sourced seafood, and more. So go to greenchef.com/jointheparty50 and use code jointheparty50 to get 50% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Go to greenchef.com/jointheparty50 and use code jointheparty50 to get 50% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. And tag me if you make the salmon. So good. We are also sponsored this week by Queer Kid Stuff, run by Linz Amer, my longtime friend and one-time fellow YouTuber, who is coming back to YouTube by rebooting their award-winning LGBTQ+ preschool web series to combat hate and spread queer joy. Linz did a viral TED Talk. They wrote an incredible The Parenting book on LGBTQ+ affirming parenting. They literally wrote the book on how to talk to kids about queer stuff and social justice. Made a podcast with Multitude called Rainbow Parenting, all kinds of incredible stuff that they have been working on over the last 10 years, including, by the way, a non-binary character for the Paw Patrol universe. They basically have created their whole career out of making queer stuff for kids and the kids at heart. And right now they are seeking funding to reboot their LGBTQ+ web series. It's award-winning, it's incredible, and now is the time to help combat misinformation and discrimination affecting the LGBTQ+ community with affirming and joyful education. So go ahead and search for Queer Kids Stuff on Kickstarter, or click the link in the description below to learn more about Linz and back the Kickstarter before it ends near the end of June. And now, let's get back to the show.
Am I able to do a spell?
Yeah, dude.
Cool. I'll cast Swift Flight just so I can get the fuck off the floor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. You were stumbling backwards, and now what does this look like? Is now you can fly and stuff.
I think Cabby just kind of ends up like falling and then catches herself in the spell work and is just kind of like almost on her back looking up being like, I hate traps. I really hate traps.
Cam, are you
Wow,
okay?
that was well done, though.
I don't know. Just so you know, it goes down over here. This is not a fun experience. I'm going to safely land.
I love you catching yourself on your steam.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a little cloud.
Cammy, now that you are floating here, kind of floating in the middle of this now sloping down cave, you see that there are these spikes everywhere. There are all these spike traps. Again, you can go over one way, but once they bounce up, you can't go back the other way. And it's surrounding in 5-10 foot increments. And now the cave is just starting to dive.
So it's like closing behind us so we can't climb back out like barbed wire?
Correct.
Kind of thing? Okay.
Correct. The spike trap, the one that Cammy activated, the first one, has popped up and it's kind of facing the other way. It's facing as if you were trying to leave the cave. You would have a very hard time leaving said cave. And Cammy, now that you're floating, you can look around and you see that it's all the way around this cave. Now it's just this tunnel that is diving down, and it gets steep very, very quickly. Cammy, you're like, oh, this just goes straight down. This just goes down.
Can I do a nature check to determine whether or not this is natural or if this was built?
Sure thing.
21?
21, combination of both. The spikes themselves are natural, but they have been ornamented with a spring for it to pop up in this way.
Is this like the mouth of something?
Are we in a bigger organism? Yeah.
You know how there's certain things that will swallow prey and then they have the teeth within so that the prey cannot be regurgitated?
It is not that, but maybe it is styled as such.
Interesting.
Horrifying.
With a 21, that's what I'll say.
Love it.
Pretty fucked up. Okay, so this goes straight down.
Do we keep going?
If you're our friend and we're supposed to meet you here, and your body is kind of like the whole situation, what's happening with all these spikes, can you make a noise?
Noise. Troy's voice bounces off of the cave, down, but no response. And it goes back to being quiet.
I know you usually don't have a mouth, so maybe you can kick something or hit something or clap.
Clap.
Cammy, how long can you fly like that for?
Oh, I'm about to fall. I'm going to safely land myself before I fall at the end of this.
Sure,
It's only really supposed to be for a turn.
No, that's fine. So the three of you, I think, are now on the precipice, I think, of the cave turning into a downward tumbling tunnel.
Umbi,
Yeah?
you grew up in a place what has lots of big buildings, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I got my hat, I could jump down, but I don't know if it's a death trap, you know?
Could you I don't know if this exists for green folk kind. Is it possible to drop something and from the noise what it makes figure out how far away it did hit? Could you drop a rock and then tell, because you're from a place where everyone falls all the time, how far down it goes?
Yeah, you could sort of. You could get a really, 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 really rough estimate of you throw a rock down and you count how many seconds until you hear it hit the bottom.
Okay, cool, go. And then Troy's gonna throw a rock down the opening.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6.
So as you get to 1,000, you hear more activations of these spike tracks. And then after 10 seconds, you hear a sploosh.
Oh. So probably, let's see, 9.8 meters per second squared. Doing some math in my brain. Probably Eric, what is that's 100 feet? Eric, what is it?
It's far. It would get to the point where you were falling and got bored of it at some point, and then eventually you would hit something that went sploosh.
Got it.
Well, I could jump down for sure, I think, and be fine, but I don't know what you two would do. Should I?
No.
Well, I mean, should y'all go back the other way down and then?
Should we? Okay, before we start jumping into giant holes that may or may not have teeth
Nice.
and also stuff at the bottom, Should I just send Kidd a message seeing where he is?
Yeah.
You were able to do that the whole time?
Yeah, but you guys had other plans, and I don't have an unlimited amount of spell slots. I have to take a nap soon. I had to waste one because I fell.
Is that the magical version of spoons?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I only have so many spell slots. I'm not going to be able to go out to this party tonight if I use too much magic.
I'm not going to be able to do a heist if I don't have enough spell slots / spoons.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to waste it, I can just jump down.
No,
You tell
no,
me.
that seems like a terrible idea.
It seems fun to me.
Umbi, when you almost died, it was like a part of me, and the part of me that is very validated by you giving me compliments, like that part also died.
That's really sweet, Troy.
So I don't want you to do that again.
But death is just the next adventure, baby.
Havana, please.
From everything I've learned in medical school, death is the next adventure.
Damn.
We're just supposed to prevent it. Like, you got to spend time in this adventure before you get to the next adventure.
Do you remember watching my puppet show called Flatliners?
Okay. Cammie's gonna cast sending
Right.
to send a short message to Kidd Cervantes.
Great.
Cool.
What would we like it to say? Just remember, we have 25 words, technically 23 because
23.
it has to end with love you.
Thank you.
was
That's all I
about
care
to
about.
say
That's all I
that.
care about.
I think just say, like, hey, we're here. Not literally this, but like, hey, we're here. We're in this cave. Is there a better place to enter? Where are you? What's the best way to,
Talk to
blah,
the
blah, blah.
cove. Yeah.
Hey kid, where are you? Docked at Cove, inside cave. Very spooky. Where should we meet up? Love you.
Nice.
I think that was perfect 25. It might have
No,
been
you
20,
did. Oh,
but-
I saw that. That was good.
Okay, cool.
What's the distance? Tell me the range.
The range is unlimited.
Oh, it's unlimited. Great.
Unlimited.
Boo-doo-doo. The message you're trying to send does not have a receiver. Please pick someone else or try again later.
What the fuck?
Wait, okay, hold on. It says, a creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. You can send messages across any distance and even to other planes of existence.
Mhm.
If the target is on another different plane from you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Mhm.
Do I need to roll to see if it doesn't arrive?
Boo-doo-doo. The message you've described could not be completed as dialed. Please hang up or try again.
Is it like what are the things that you always...
Anti-magic circle or something?
Yeah, like a curse, like an anti-curse thing or whatever.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's very possible that this means he's inside of the prison right now,
Yeah.
assuming that they have that kind of technology / magic.
Do you think he's down in the bottom of the pit? Should I jump in?
Oh, God, Umbi, please.
Okay.
Shink,
No,
shink, shink,
no.
shink, shink, shink. More of the traps around you pop up and get activated.
I think I'm gonna jump in.
Go.
Look, I'm gonna jump in. If I die, it's fine. But if I don't, then you'll know how to do it.
Or you could like leave and sleep and try again in the daylight.
I would love to leave and sleep and try again in the daylight. That's just me.
Geronimo!
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Planter, help us. Ah.
Eric, I would like to throw a teleportation bomb down to get
Great.
me 30 feet.
Love
and
it.
Then I have slow fall, and that's
Helpful.
up to 30 seconds max and 10 feet of hover. So I think it's like 60 feet-ish.
Yeah, you'll as you go down. Is the teleportation bomb, does it retain momentum? I'm imagining this is like Portal, where it's like you get a running start and then you throw the teleportation bomb and then you get extra speed as you jump through.
That's a good question. It doesn't say, but I do like that idea.
I like it. I just want like the animators of the computer animators of the JRPG have really been focusing on Umbi, like trying to capture momentum in a 2D plane and as they're working with 3D models partially.
I mean, it's going to be slowed down by my hat anyway, so yeah.
Umbi, you boof, boof, and then you take out your big hat and you start to fall down. It gets darker and darker and darker as you descend slowly down the tunnel, farther and farther away from the lights of your compatriots.
99 bottles of potions on the wall, 99 bottles of potions, take words out.
You are taking your sweet, sweet time as you are hovering down. But then a new source of light. You can see it as it kind of like ombres up into the tunnel.
I swear to God, this is an Eska.
I'm so scared.
You quickly cut to Cammy and Troy back at the top, and Cammy's like, "So where do you think we're gonna meet our new crew member?
Yeah.
Like, you know, in the town, or you think he's just gonna like appear on a ship, or what do you think?"
Yeah. I mean, someone's got to be kicking around who didn't want to join the Diamond Knot, right?
Yeah, probably.
I have some brothers. I tell you, I have a sister. She's kind of great.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we can ask her.
Cool.
And Bartlett puts a little piece of parchment in your hand.
Bartlett is not even close to here.
And
Don't
then it
even try.
unravels. It
Not even
unravels.
true.
and
No,
it says-
no, Bartlett
and it says-
is on the ship. You don't get to do this joke. You explicitly said you don't get to do
And
this
it says,
joke.
Umbi's last will and testament, if I die, fuck you, don't replace me.
Carnival. And then Umbi, your hat can only hold your body weight for so long. But now it's getting a little bit lighter. The hat kind of like an umbrella in the wind inverts and you fall a few more tens of feet and then you sploosh. And you're up at the top of the tunnel. You hear a large sploosh.
Well, he died.
Wait. And Troy leans down to listen.
Hey, Julia, Amanda, get out of here.
You absolute bitch.
I knew it.
If
I
Umbi
fucking
wants to
knew
do
it.
this by himself, y'all don't get to hear what happens.
Yeah, you could have joined me. They could have joined me. They didn't join me.
I know they didn't. You decided to be an adventurer. Umbi, you are floating. Now, green folk are bad at swimming. All green folk are.
Right.
It's why the Great Salt Sea is so dangerous as it is. Green folk, the time that they interact with liquid is when someone puts drinks out. No one wants to go for a swim. So as you sploosh in here, you know you are floating in something. How do you feel about that?
Does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt,
Okay.
but with the amount of momentum, you still like jumping into like a quarry or a deep pool from a high cliff.
Do I surface after that?
Only if you want to. You sploosh in there and you are floating around in this liquid.
I would love, if this is too much, tell me, but I would love to, because I should have done this before I jumped, to put my head above water and down a potion of water breathing for really quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to do that if that's possible, and then just dive back down and start swimming down.
Okay. You can tread water, try to pop open this potion. It kind of like
Oh God!
the liquid streams out of the bottle, and you gotta ump it. And how long did this potion of water breathing work for?
It lasts for 1 hour after drinking the potion.
Great. I'm gonna say you have a +2 to Constitution.
Ooh.
But you have -1 to strength and dexterity for the next hour because oxygen just starts rushing to your head. It's like you have gills and lungs now.
Hell
and you were
yeah.
there's too much happening. The potion of water breathing, this magic is working overtime because this liquid, you can breathe in it.
Oh.
You're just having this absolute head rush of oxygen. So your lungs are doing great, but you do not know how to deal with it.
Oh, hell yeah, I love that. Okay, so I've like limitless pilled myself.
Yeah, you literally filled yourself, and you were just overwhelmed.
Well, Eric, everyone knows that plants use extra oxygen to swim faster, so I'm going to swim down as fast as I can.
Yeah, it takes you a little bit longer as you get used to it, and also you are limitless pilling yourself on oxygen. So it certainly takes a little bit longer, and you realize you are swimming down. You are helicoptering down from the top here. You see that this is the ruins of a town.
Oh.
You can see that there used to be full buildings around, but then you're just kind of seeing the bottom parts of so many of buildings, like just like the concrete or the framing that's like stuck into the ground. Some of these buildings were made out of trees as well. So it's like there's some concrete parts that's attached to trees that are growing out of the ground down here. But the majority of the landscape is just flat and barren, dried grasses. Whatever's down here, whatever liquid you're swimming in, is confusing just anything that is down here. You almost, as you look down on it, you can see that this used to be a main street. You know, it's like there's a street that runs through, kind of crosses the entire this entire section you're looking down on, using the frames of buildings that are alongside of this main street. You also see down there are a lot of green folk milling around.
And they're not in cages?
No, they're not in cages. There are a lot of folks milling around. And in various places, you can tell that these used to be buildings that people are using them. Green folk are using them as buildings. Like, there's a bunch of people collected in one place, there are a bunch of people collected in other places. Some of them out on the quote-unquote street. Some people who are quote-unquote outside and in a different place. And this street leads to what used to be the center of town. Maybe it was designated by maybe there was like a fountain in the middle or like a statue in the middle. But now there's just like this wide circle with chains crossing the circle. And inside the circle, you see it's like a closed porthole. Like a big closed porthole with chains crossing in the middle that's holding like almost like a metal ring that is on the outside of this portal.
Okay.
So these chains are holding this metal ring that is outside of this porthole, with what used to be the center of town. It's like you're seeing that this used to be the one corner of a main street that used to be a town, which is signified by the fact that you see that there's a big sign on the outside of town. As you swim down enough, you see that it says, "Welcome to South Kompos City." And someone has scratched into the side of it. It's not enough to die. They want us to be mulch.
Wow, dark. I would love to swim down. Well, first I'm going to just, real quick, just try to say a word. Be like,
Kumquat.
And am I able to speak underwater?
Yeah, you're able to speak.
Cool, okay. So yeah, I'm going to swim down and try to find the most helpful looking person.
Yeah, sure. As you're swimming down, you get closer and closer to this town. Folks start to notice that you're coming down. People start to point. People start to holler and be like, there's a new guy. People are like, he tumbled down the tunnel. Classic. Absolute classic. And people are just like yelling and jeering and pointing at you.
I wave and I come down and I say,
I didn't fall. I jumped.
Yeah, everyone's like, okay, that's what happened. And then eventually everyone just kind of steps away. Except for one person who's standing in front of you. Now, they can't say much, but they have open arms. And it's a incredibly rough looking, but radiating happiness. It is everyone's favorite gunslinger, Kidd Cervantes.
Kid!
and I go in for a hug and be like,
Oh, this was a mistake!
Ouch, 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 ouch. And it's even more of a mistake because 6 other cacti green folk with different colored flowers blooming from different arms and heads come towards you and pile on this hug.
Oh, this is amazing and the worst thing!
Okay, you can stay here. I'm going to bring them back.
okay.
All right, so Brandon, you start working on your new character sheet.
Yeah. Julia, can you go ahead and send me Copernicus Cobb real quick?
No.
Or...
No, he's mine. You can't have him.
Back at the top of the tunnel, Troy.
Oh, so Brandon can hear this part?
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon gets to hear this? That's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I just went outside. I had a nice snack. I went outside and enjoyed the nice weather.
You had
But
JTP
Brandon gets to-
outside?
I got to go outside. Ha.
Mr. Silver never lets me go outside.
No, and it's really nice outside today.
Yeah.
We can record inside without the stupid sounds.
Back at the top of the tunnel, Cammy, Havana, and Troy are craning your necks over, trying to look down, but there's nothing there. You did hear the big sploosh, which was louder than the rock from before.
Whoa, it's because Umbi is bigger than a rock.
Rock, 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 rock.
Yeah, he is. That's a good point.
Wait, I just thought about how sweet it would be if somebody drew a comic of Troy discovering each of the simple machines.
That's really cute, actually.
Like, imagine Troy invents the wedge.
Troy and the pulley.
Anyway, sorry.
That's very good.
Umbi, are you okay?
K. Medically speaking, I can only if he dies this far away from me, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the thing about being a doctor is about being honest, and there's only so much I can do.
That's okay,
Yeah.
bud.
Yeah.
He's lived enough lifetimes for all of us.
Yeah.
I would like to
That's
check
true.
out his organs. As his next of kin, can I look at Umbi's organs?
Yeah, if we recover his body, it's all yours.
That's cool.
You unfold the scroll a little bit.
No,
longer, and it
no,
says,
Brandon.
If I
you're
die,
only
don't
allowed
touch
to
my
be,
organs.
You're only allowed to be here if you sit nicely. This is a treat. This is a reward. This is like Brandon. Brandon got like a gold star and he's shoving it in everyone's face.
Like, I'm the
Oh, so
best
you-
boy.
You knew me when I was in 5th grade.
It's like, oh, me? I'm just eating this giant lollipop slurp.
Gross.
Thank you. I would love his organs.
Yeah. I think we find the amber, we should pool it for, like, all of us to use and, like, remember him by and, you know, improve the
Yeah.
ship and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would want that.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll give him a minute.
Yeah. Well, if he's still alive, he could call up and let us know. And if not, we'll regroup, I guess.
Hey, Cammy, what's your AC?
Oh, interesting question. It's at 13.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bummer.
Splurp. Blurp.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do something.
You hear as the spikes from the ceiling start shooting spikes at Cammy, and you take 12 points of piercing damage as these thorns are sticking out of you.
Whoa!
Ow!
Troy
I hate this.
grabs Cammy and Havana by the hands and starts running out of the cave.
Yes.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
How far deep are we into this cave right now?
Not that deep. However, because it's mostly down, I would say 1,000 feet.
That's a 12.
Cammy, also give me a dexterity saving throw as well.
Another 6.
Oh my god.
Why not?
Cammy and Troy and Havana takes 13 points of piercing damage as you try to run out of the cave. The spike traps that you try to hop over slash into your legs as you try to escape, and even more thorns are sticking into you. You were able to kind of shimmy over a few of them, but this is really hampering your speed. It's going to be difficult to get out of here just by running away.
I'm going to cast Fly on Troy, and Cammy is going to grab Havana and is going to dimension door as far as possible out of the cave.
Nice.
Okay.
Troy goes, oh god, I love this.
The boy loves to fly.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna try to aerodynamically arrow himself out of the room.
Yeah. Troy hovers up. Do you flap your wings?
No, they're staying rolled up, small target.
Fair.
You can see, like a dog whose tail got clipped, you can see my back muscles like moving as if I want to.
Cool. Give me one more dexterity saving throw, Troy.
That's more like it. It's a 13 plus 7 for a dirty 20.
All right, you were able
Oh, yeah,
to navigate and fly your way and not get spike trapped again. Spike speed trapped again as you fly through the middle of the cave away from these thorns.
Good.
Cammy, yeah, tell me what your dimension door looks like.
We've done it before where we got off that ship in the boiling reef.
Oh, that's
But
right.
I think it's just like a nightcrawler puff of smoke, but except it's a tea steam, you know?
Yeah,
And they go bamf.
I feel that way when I step into a steam room. It's like I'm in a different dimension for a little while.
Yeah.
The Schwitzy dimension, and then I step out of it. Hell yeah. Where do you wanna go?
I want to get as far outside of this cave as possible.
Cool. You step through the steam. You are back at the mouth of the cave. Havana is already ripping these thorns out of his side.
Ow,
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 ow, ow.
Havana, you okay, bud?
You hear Bartlett go,
Brandon, I'm going to take away your gold star if you don't
hey,
stop
you're
making
back
jokes.
at the ship! Bartlett is there,
You're on
and
the
he's
beach.
All right,
stupid.
fine. All right, he's going to keep licking his lollipop in the fucking
Oh,
corner.
so if Bartlett makes a noise, Troy is going to stumble probably on account of he's hurt, over to the ship.
He can still fly for a while. He's good.
Incredible. Yeah.
It was just a joke because Bartlett's dumb and he saw you come out of the cave.
Oh.
All right, I forgot.
Shit. Fuck.
Bartlett saw moving. He's just a movement detector. It's like when a squirrel runs by a Ring camera. Yeah, no,
Exactly.
Brandon, I'm sorry. You can keep eating your lollipop. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
3 of my best jokes Eric tried to bat out of the air.
Like counterspell.
And they survived. So, like evolution, they're stronger.
Okay. Bartlett's still animated,
Oh, that means he's not
which
dead?
I'm pretty sure means that Umbi's not dead.
Yes.
I am using a lot of spells,
Yeah.
and I'm very tired.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should keep going, if we should regroup and rest a little. I'm feeling conflicted. How is everyone else feeling?
I don't know how we would help Umbi if he needed it right now, but if you can reach out to him, like with your brain, I think that would be a good thing to do, and then you can rest while I guard you.
Oh, I mean, medically, that hurt.
You need your potion, bud?
Doctor, I will heal myself. Doctor, I'm healing myself.
Okay, cool.
Would you like us to refer to you by doctor now?
I would like to be doctor, thank you. And
Yes,
here,
doctor.
everyone have some gauze. Vanessa throws
Dr.
gauze everywhere.
Tropicana, of course. Thank you, thank you.
But now they're back at the ship, and then it goes over to one of the lanterns and looks at it and be like, this is the largest blackberry thorn I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah? Have you seen it before?
Harvesting, pulling up blackberries. You gotta wear long sleeves and gloves and tape down the gloves to the long sleeves so they don't get in there. This is great. This is wild.
My dad was a blackberry. Well, he was a blackberry bush, but yeah,
Oh, nice.
I don't think this is connected. I just wanted to comment.
So is there anything that you do to like make him not hurty?
Don't get stabbed.
Helpful, Havana.
I was thinking
as always.
like burn it or something.
Burn.
The spike.
Oh, burn the spike. I mean, you can if that you want to punish the spike.
No.
There's no medical. This is outside of my field. Is what you want to do
Sure.
emotionally.
I think I'm going to try sending again. And what I would like to do is send Umbi a message this time.
Sure.
And Cammie's going to be like,
That was wild. You still doing okay? / are alive?
Does slash count as a word?
yeah,
I counted
know,
it for now.
counted it.
I counted it for now.
What's up down there? Can we get you? Love you.
P.S. Please answer for realsies.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That was only.
That was 20.
Oh, 20. Okay.
P.S. Please answer for realsies.
All right.
Boo-doo-doo. The message you have sending could not be completed. Please try someone else, or try again later.
So is Umbi like in a different world?
I think that maybe they have some way of blocking magic stuff. Like a sphere of anti-magic or something like that. And Umbi has passed into that area, and so my sending spells are not working. And I assume also Kidd must be in a similar situation.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they would go through,
Yeah.
Even if they were in another world, there was a chance that it would go through.
All right. Well, you better get some rest then, and I'll stay up and look out
Yeah.
and maybe think. I'm still working on my thinking and looking at the same time.
I'm worried about sleeping a full 8 hours and then trying again. Because I don't know what could happen to poor Umbi. He could fall asleep and die in his sleep. We don't know.
Any day it could
Any
happen.
day.
When you think about it, every day has been a gift, but still I want more gifts.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, folks. What do you want to do? Let me know.
Oh, I don't know. Brandon can't help us.
No.
No.
No. There's plenty of options. I have plenty of suggestions for you. You could 1, go in the cave. 2, you could sleep. 3, you could leave and go somewhere else. And 4, we could kind of just like turn this into This American Life, the rest of the podcast, and like we could have.
I think that's a good idea.
We could have everyone could like reminisce.
Regular ship in Wantagh?
Yeah, we could all reminisce about our like times with our peepaw harvesting various berries and bushes.
No, that sounds like a great idea. I think the latter one is definitely the one that I want to do.
I'm Ira Glass. Welcome to Join the Party.
Hi, I'm Ira Glasshouse, and welcome to Campaign 3.
This week, a blackberry bush.
This week, episode 5204. Berries. They're delicious.
So good. Aquad, what are those guys?
Why is your Ira Glass a gremlin? Why is it boo?
Okay, Julia, I have 2 thoughts.
Okay. Hit me with it.
1, we can just go in there. I have the friendship necklace, so I could attempt to like anchor to the ceiling and lower us down.
Yes.
2, my other feature I've never used is called Poker Face, which I have advantage on ability checks and saving throws to prevent others from sensing my motives, perceiving my emotions, or reading my thoughts.
Okay.
And I think if I went to the front of the prison and said, someone's taken my crewmate, I need him back, I could try that route.
I was thinking something similar before we got into this whole situation about like maybe we like pose with Kidd Cervantes and be like, oh yeah, we captured this person, let us in and we'll claim our reward or whatever.
The Chewbacca move.
Yeah.
Yeah. My problem is I'm pretty sure we're well known and kind of wanted.
Yes.
So if we showed up as ourselves, could be a problem.
Julia, would you say that you're wanted? Wanted! Dead or alive. Was that what you would say?
I think that is what I would say.
Okay.
100%.
Going in as Prince Troy is my best idea.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's gonna go.
No, me neither, but that's my only idea. Apart from us jumping in after him.
I want to jump in after. I just don't want to do it like right now because I need the spell slots. But I also probably can't be that picky about stuff.
Yeah, I think if you need to sleep, we can sleep when we're dead. Or in the other plane.
We need to get a t-shirt or a sweatshirt that says "I'll long rest when I'm dead."
That's pretty good.
Hey, Brandon, write it down. Hey, Brandon, write it down.
All right, folks. What are we doing? Are you trying to go to sleep and then go in there? Are you trying to? You're gonna go back in now? You got to let me know.
Can I do like some sort of understanding as to why the spikes started going off when they hadn't been going off?
Sure. You could do a nature check.
Sure. 15 plus 5 for a dirty 20.
Hey, Cammy, you like botany, right?
I do.
Tell me about how plants do.
What happens when they perceive a threat?
It really depends on the plant, doesn't it?
It does, and the wonderful thing about plants is that like a lot of them don't have eyes. And I think that's kind of funny that green folk have eyes, but a lot of plants don't. And yet plants can sense stuff, right?
Right. From like sound and us
light.
yelling in the middle of it.
And light, it's for them emotion. And maybe some plants also sense when energy goes off as well. Like maybe someone uses magic.
You absolute best DM in podcast. You BDMP.
Because if you notice, the spikes only shot at Cammy from the top, and only once you were tripping on the lower spikes did everyone take damage because y'all were running over the speed spike strip.
Dang, dude.
Cammy goes and just sits in a corner for like 5 minutes. It just really fumes. Okay. Well, I can't do magic in there.
Well, you can't do magic anyway, so that's fine. Right?
Because you're out of spoon.
Okay.
Because you're out of medical spoons.
Yeah. If you don't have spoons, you can't take medicine. Everyone knows that.
So I guess we can just go in there
Yeah.
and follow him.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So as they walk into the cave, Troy is going to kind of find the place where it starts to drop off steeply.
Yeah, because you can easily make your way through. Again, like there's spikes, so you can kind of just spoing on them and walk over the spike traps as you go back into the cave. Yeah.
So, you guys gonna hang on tight?
Yeah. I feel so unprepared because I can't do magic that I don't know what to do with myself.
Cammy, this is what I'm for. Put your trust in Troy.
My trust is always in you, Troy.
Thank you. So he's gonna scoop up Havana in one arm, Cammy in the other, like two toddlers that fell asleep at the water park.
Okay, got it. Yeah, got it.
No notes.
Look up like Superman, like sticking his chest out toward the ceiling of the cave. Yells friendship. And then drops down, rappelling from the rope as the arrow embeds itself in the cave wall.
Oh, that's smart. Remind me, how long is this magical rope that shoots out of your friendship arrow?
Well, Eric, it has a 300-foot range and a 500-pound capacity. You invented
Lovely.
this item, and I do have to make an attack to hit the
No,
target.
you can do it. That's fine. It's fine. That was you're close enough to it that you can just fire into the top of the cave.
It's also a big wall, you know?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Hard to miss.
No, you can rappel down. I think that you can jump in between the spikes. And again,
Yeah.
going down is the easy part. You can kind of spoing off of the spike traps as you're going down. And it gets darker and darker and darker as you descend. And the light from the mouth of the cave is going farther and farther away, especially with this bend that kind of breaks the light source. But then slowly, a new light comes up from below you that starts to filter in.
Cammy, can you see anything?
No, just light.
No.
It's all happening.
With 300 feet, you reach the end of this magical rope, and the three of you are dangling, attached to Troy. And Troy, you are just holding on to your crossbow as attached to the friendship rope. There's still a fair amount of space below you, but there's a light. You see something below you. Maybe something that went sploosh.
So should we just sort of fall from here?
I truly have no idea. I don't know what we're gonna land on. It sounded like water, so maybe water will be okay from this high up.
Cool.
Can I do a survival or nature check to see if water would be okay to fall on from this high
I'll
up?
tell you, yeah, you could fall into water. Of course, green folk, notoriously bad at swimming, do not like swimming. That's why the Great Salt Sea is so dangerous. Worse in salt water, but no one recreationally just swims in pools. You use it, you suck it up through your roots, and that's really it.
Okay.
All right. Well, cease friendship. And the arrow begins to retract as they fall.
Hell yes. You are falling and falling. The light screams up to you, and all three of you land with a sploosh as you are floating in some sort of liquid. And you try to get your bearings, but you automatically swim you want to automatically swim towards the surface. You feel like something is pulling you downwards. There is a power, a force that is sucking you down into the liquid. And as you look down, you see that there is almost like a little town below you. There's like, you see the ruins of town. You see that there's concrete and some trees that used to be buildings. Maybe this could have been like what used to be a town center, like a main street. And there's this big circle kind of like in one corner of the town, which maybe used to be the center of town. It maybe used to have a fountain or a statue or something. But right now you see that there's just this very, very large porthole kind of in the middle. And there are these chains that are holding this metal ring together. But what's interesting about that, and Umbi, you are getting pulled by all 7 cactus members of the Cervantes clan are pulling you away as something is moving at the porthole in the center of town. You hear a unlocking sound that reverberates through this liquid. Something large is pushing its way through this porthole. You see its giant dark purple shoulders shrug its way through, attached to a short neck, but a wide, like square face of a dark purple spiked blackberry dragon. Something is hard shoving it through the porthole, through the iron ring, which you realize is a collar for this blackberry dragon. It is almost like it's scraping the side of its face to get through the collar, but finally it pops through. And it looks around at all of the green folk that are down here on the ground, and then it opens its mouth wide, and there are just rings of blackberry thorns as teeth, and it starts to suck as 7 Cervantes cacti are pulling you and sprinting towards the nearest building. Everything is going into the mouth of the blackberry dragon.
I'll sing you a song that all green folk know.